attention to the commodity markets, and Manisha is back with us. Manisha, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the sugar prices, and we have seen a very smart run-up into that one, whether it's raw sugar, refined sugar, or the Indian sugar prices. All of them have been trending on the higher side. So the major run-up really comes in from the raw sugar prices, which is trading at 6.5-year highs. If you look at the white sugar prices, they are trading at a 7-month highs. In the Indian sugar prices, this is a third straight weekly gain that we've seen. In the last 2 weeks, the Indian sugar prices have gained up by 6%, and for 3 weeks, it has been a 7% of a jump up as well. Markets are looking at strong demand globally, and the tight inventories is something that has been supporting the prices here. Also, it is about the ethanol prices, which have firmed up after OPEC crude cuts. Surprise number that we saw in the last week is also supporting markets. And then Brazil has ended the tax exemption program for ethanol. So now there is more sugar going in for ethanol that is more profitable for them. So the sugar production in Brazil could be on the lower side. There also is higher demand from China and Europe, also supporting prices there. For the Indian markets also, we are looking at a lower crop estimates this time around, much lower than last year. The sowing was on a higher side, but then we have seen early maturity, early flowering, and that has led to lower cane production. And then that is the reason you saw earlier than usual mill closure as well. 2 months in advance is what we saw many mills close in Maharashtra and Karnataka. The industry demand on the other side has been on the stronger side because there are concerns about future supply and further rising prices. So a lot of industry and stockists are buying sugar in the Indian markets right now. Remember, industrial demand accounts for 65% of total demand in India. So we are looking at that bulk buying also continuing into the space there. So this is about on how much sugar can India see in this season. ISMA, of course, is yet to revise 34 million tons. But we have seen latest revisions coming in from ISTA, Albion, and the industry actually believes that there could be much lower sugar production at 32.5. Albion says that if sugar production is less than 33 million tons, then you are looking at much higher sugar prices, not just in India, but in the global markets as well. The overall sugar output in the last few years also should come up on your screens. So we are looking at 33.5 million tons. Last year was 35.9, which was the highest in the last 5 years. But when you look at what we are looking at in this season, could be lower than what we saw in 2018-19 as well. And that is worrying the markets. The next on your screen should come in what we are seeing in sense of breakup in the Indian markets for sugar. So the production estimates, let's go by 34 million tons right now. 6 million tons is the carryover or buffer that industry will keep. And then consumption is estimated at a record of 27.5 to 28 million tons, and that is going to be a big supporting factor for the prices also. Exports have been allowed at 6 million tons. Export under TRQ or the tariff rate quota is 14,000 plus. And then we are looking at an ethanol diversion of 4.5 to 5 million tons, which is only going to increase going forward because there are targets and deadlines to be met. So the markets or the industry feels that sugar prices from here on could be higher. And there are some reports also suggesting that you should be ready for all-time sugar prices in the Indian markets going forward.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Manisha. Well, the